Hey, Alani, the studio is smelling so wonderful this morning.
It sure does. Well, taking care of our kupuna and aging population can be difficult, especially when it comes to meal preparation. How do you lose the sodium without losing the flavor? And then there's getting the right portions. And joining us more with healthy cooking and eating tips for seniors is Robert Paik. He's a culinary student at KCC. Good morning, Robert. Thank you so much for joining us.
Alani.
And I know you've got something good cooking up. It smells delicious.
Well, hopefully you enjoy it.
Yeah.
So for this competition that we did over at KCC, sponsored by Kahala Nui, we had to come up with dishes and ideas that were healthy and not only healthy but also delicious for the seniors. Because really, I mean, who wants to eat food if it's not delicious? So we worked as teams. My partner, Kara, who could not be here today, we came up with a menu to try to think of something healthy. And we went through all different ideas. We did some research. We decided, we really wanted to have something that tasted good, but, who wants to have food that's really mushy? A lot of seniors, they end up with kind of this mushy food because people think they can't chew it.
Yeah, and it's bland because they need low sodium, low fat. So this really pumps up the flavor, right?
Yeah, it really pumps up the flavor. So what we did was we did a lot of this research, and we found that, they have a problem, sometimes chewing their food, and even as you get older, you can't taste your food quite as well. So we wanted to think of ideas to really make the food taste good, but have nice texture, and really be something that they would want to eat, but also be simple enough that they could prepare it at home.
Right, and at least on this morning news, you don't need to be a senior to taste the food, right?
Exactly.
Because we are dying to taste it. So what did you bring here this morning? You've got a little dish right here?
This has some of the ingredients I used. This is a broth that I made with fennel and with some tomato and some local ingredients I actually got over at the farmer's market
tip it up
KCC.
a little more. There we go.
There we go.
That looks wonderful.
And what I did was I just prepared a really rich broth, really simple ingredients so that they could enjoy that. And then we have available Kona Kampachi, which is, I guess, fished off of Kona. It's really nice in omega fatty acids. It has really healthy properties. So we were able to use that and able to use local ingredients. And so what I have here right now is some fish poaching. And then what I did was I got some kale actually from the KCC student farm that we have growing. And then so what I did was I just took the rib out, and then I'm just going to roll it up so that it's slightly easier to cut. And then I'm just going to cut it really, really thin. So this cut is known as a chiffonade.
Wow, you're a professional. That's really good.
Yeah,
and kale is one of those superfoods. Everyone keeps saying you need to eat kale because it's so nutritionist.
Yeah, it's actually
has
really
a lot of nutrition in it.
Yeah, it's really fantastic. Actually, a lot of the food that we were able to get, we looked up a lot of these things, and we found that things like kale and other leafy greens, as well as same legumes, things that have pods, like peanuts and other things. They have really good health properties, and that's why we included lentils in our other part of our dish.
So can we serve this up? Because Moani and Yasmin, they've got their spoons ready to go.
I think we can.
We're so hungry, and it smells so good.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
So what I did was I poached the
gorgeous.
fish in the broth. And then because the kale is just cut so thin, it just kind of cooks up really nicely. And the nice part of that is that the cooking method doesn't really take away a lot of the nutrients that a lot of, long-term cooking does. So we'll just put a little bit of this kale and a little bit of this broth on top, and I think it should be ready to go.
All right.
So.
Very nice.
You got your spoons ready, ladies, for the tasting? Okay, why don't you dig in?
Actually, why don't I just finish it off with
we got to finish off with the garnish. Okay.
Wait a second.
We're a little impatient here, as you can tell.
A little bit of lemon juice.
Lovely.
Ooh,
There
chef,
you
that
are.
looks amazing.
I'll just clean the plate for you.
So nice.
And enjoy.
Thank you,
Oh,
chef.
wow, thank you.
Let's try this here. The lentil
And
at
I've
the
eaten
bottom.
at KCC before because they have the tastings. It is really good, and it's fantastic what the students come up with.
It's really our chefs who really come up with these menus and teach us a lot. They really take us through a lot of these basics, everything from our basic cuts to a lot of these sauces that we use. And so from there, we're able to kind of be more creative, having that base of knowledge.
Delicious.
And it's very good because our studio is so cold, so it kind of warms you up too.
All right. Well, Robert Paik from KCC, thank you so much for joining us and
Thank you
feeding
for
us
having me.
this morning.
Thank you, chef.
And if you'd like to see this interview, you can head to the top video section of our website, KITV.com. It is 6:16.